Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hope we're doing great today. Happy Saturday. We got 15 matchups on this MLB slate today. Be sure to like and subscribe. I got all my betting links in the description below to get in on the action. Go ahead, turn on those notification bells. And yeah, we'll hop in it here. Busy slate as we hop into the weekend. Starting with the Cleveland Guardians versus the Toronto Blue Jays. Toronto opening up as home favorites at minus 170. Cleveland plus 155 with the over-under at 8.5. Cleveland coming into this matchup 61-68. Toronto 70-59. Pitching for the Guardians is Logan Allen with an ERA of 3.31. Pitching for Toronto is Hyun-Jin Ryu with an ERA of 1.89. Allen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Jin Ryu, 3 straight 0-run games. He's been very great on the mound this season. Cleveland beating Toronto 5-2 yesterday. A little 3-game losing streak for Toronto in this one. I really love Jin Ryu on the mound here, and hopefully he can get some help pitching and hitting today, because I think he'll probably have another good game, and I think I'm going to take Toronto at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Atlanta Braves versus the San Francisco Giants. Braves opening up as road favorites at minus 180. The Giants plus 145 with the over-under at 8. Braves coming into this matchup 83-44. The Giants 66-62. Pitching for the Braves is Max Fried with an ERA of 2.83. Pitching for the Giants is Ryan Walker with an ERA of 2.14. Fried, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 6 strikeouts. Walker, his last start, he pitched 1 inning, gave up 0 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Walker's had some good starts on the mounds, hasn't given up a run in his last 3 starts, but he's only pitching about an inning or 2. Braves 8-2 in their last 10, beating the Giants 5-1 yesterday. A nice win for the Braves. 4-1 on the road. I mean, they're playing great here. Fried been pretty solid. Going to give up a couple runs, but yeah, I think I'm going to take the Braves on the road in this one. Next matchup, we got the Kansas City Royals versus the Seattle Mariners. Seattle opening up as home favorites at minus 250. The Royals plus 205 with the over-under at 8.5. Royals coming into this matchup 41-89. Seattle 72-56. Pitching for the Royals is Jordan Lyles with an ERA of 6.07. Pitching for Seattle is Logan Gilbert with an ERA of 3.77. Lyles, his last start, he pitched 8 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 2 strikeouts. Gilbert, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Royals losing to Seattle yesterday 5-7. They're just 2-8 in their last 10. Seattle 9-1 in their last 10. They're playing great right now. The Royals 0-5 on the road against the Mariners, so they've struggled on the road. Lyles has been very bad on the mound for the Royals. I think we all know that here, and I'm going to take the Mariners at home. Next matchup, we got the Los Angeles Dodgers versus the Boston Red Sox. Dodgers opening up as road favorites at minus 135. Boston plus 115 with the over-under at 9.5. Dodgers coming into this matchup 79-48. Boston 68-61. Pitching for the Dodgers is Julio Urias with an ERA of 4.15. Pitching for Boston is James Paxton with an ERA of 3.79. Urias, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Paxton, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 4 strikeouts. The Dodgers on a 3-game winning streak, beating Boston yesterday 7-4. A nice win for the Dodgers. They are 7-1 on the road, so they've been a very good road team here. Urias been great on the mound, and I think I'm going to take the Dodgers on the road. Next matchup, we got the New York Yankees versus the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays opening up as home favorites at minus 185. The Yankees plus 150 with the over-under at 7.5. Yankees coming into this matchup 62 and 66. The Rays 78 and 52. Pitching for the Yankees is Clark Schmidt with an ERA of 4.68. Pitching for the Rays is Tyler Glasnow with an ERA of 3.35. Schmidt, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Glasnow, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 7 strikeouts. The Yankees coming off a Tampa Bay win yesterday, 6-2, snapping the Rays a big win streak that they were on. Yankees still 1-5 in their last 6 on the road. They haven't won back-to-back games in a long time here. And, just tough to bet on the Yankees with how poorly they've played. And I think I'm going to take the Rays at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Washington Nationals versus the Miami Marlins. Marlins opening up as home favorites at minus 200. Washington plus 170 with the over-under at 8.5. Washington coming into this matchup 60 and 69. Marlins 65 and 64. Pitching for the Nationals is Jake Irvin with an ERA of 4.47. Pitching for the Marlins is Yuri Perez with an ERA of 2.91. Irvin, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Perez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 10 strikeouts. Washington on a 2-game winning streak, beating Miami yesterday 7-4. A game that they really dominated from the start. And I think that was just a trap for us Miami bettors here. Paying minus 200 for the Marlins. Kind of figured it was a trap. I think it's another trap again here. I'm going to take Nationals plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the Houston Astros versus the Detroit Tigers. Houston opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Detroit plus 115 with the over-under at 8.5. Houston coming into this matchup 72 and 58. Detroit 59 and 69. Pitching for the Astros is Hunter Brown with an ERA of 4.50. Pitching for Detroit is Eduardo Rodriguez with an ERA of 3.03. Brown, his last start, he pitched 2 innings, gave up 6 runs, had 5 strikeouts. Rodriguez, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 6 strikeouts. And Houston, bad loss, to Detroit 4-1. They're on a 3-game losing streak. Haven't really played well this last week and a half here. They've been good against Detroit, but Brown coming off 2 very bad starts on the mound here. And I think I would take Detroit plus 1.5 at home. Next matchup, we've got the Colorado Rockies versus the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore opening up as home favorites at minus 300. Colorado plus 240 with the over-under at 9. Rockies coming into this matchup 48 and 80. The Orioles 80 and 48. Pitching for the Rockies is Chris Flexen with an ERA of 7.18. Pitching for Baltimore is Kyle Bradish with an ERA of 3.03. Flexen, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 run, had 5 strikeouts. Bradish, his last start, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 0 runs, had 8 strikeouts. Colorado on a 5-game losing streak right now, coming off a Baltimore loss yesterday. Baltimore playing well on that 3-game winning streak here. Colorado 0-9 on the road. I love Bradish on the mound. He's coming off some very good starts. And I'm going to take Baltimore at home in this one. All right, next matchup, we've got the Los Angeles Angels versus the New York Mets. Angels opening up as road favorites at minus 120. The Mets plus 110 with the over-under at 9.5. Angels coming into this matchup 62 and 67. The Mets 59 and 70. Pitching for the Angels is Chase Silseth with an ERA of 4.0. Pitching for the Mets is Carlos Carrasco with an ERA of 6.42. Silseth, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 5 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Carrasco, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 3 strikeouts. the Angels. Coming off a Mets win yesterday, 3-1. Nice win there. The Mets still playing poorly. 0-8 against the American League. Carrasco, giving up runs all season, hasn't been very reliable. Not a matchup I'm really loving here. I mean, just don't really trust the Angels, man. The Angels I don't know. They're struggling too. They haven't played that great. I still think at home, I'll take a shot with the Mets plus 1.5 here. Next matchup, we got the Oakland Athletics versus the Chicago White Sox. White Sox opening up as road favorites at minus 130. Oakland plus 110 with the over-under at 9. Oakland coming into this matchup 38-91. The White Sox 50-79. Pitching for Oakland is J.P. Sears with an ERA of 4.54. Pitching for the White Sox is Touki Toussaint with an ERA of 5.30. Sears, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Toussaint, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Oakland on a 2-game winning streak, back-to-back White Sox wins. I mean, this series, they've just been insanely underpriced. They should not be that big underdogs against this White Sox team that's just as bad. Oakland is 5-1 against the White Sox here. Both pitchers giving up some runs, and I'm still going to take Oakland plus 1.5 on the road. Next matchup, we got the San Diego Padres versus the Milwaukee Brewers. Brewers opening up as home favorites at minus 135. The Padres plus 120 with the over-under at 8.5. Padres coming into this matchup 61-68. The Brewers 71-57. Pitching for the Padres is Pedro Avila with an ERA of 1.17. Pitching for the Brewers is Freddie Peralta with an ERA of 3.97. Avila, his last start, he's only pitched once this season. He pitched 4 innings, gave up 1 run, had 7 strikeouts. Peralta, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 1 run, had 11 strikeouts. Padres losing 7-3 yesterday to the Brewers. Brewers are hot right now on a 6-game winning streak. I felt like I should have went with them yesterday, but that's how it goes. Peralta coming off some really great starts on the mound here, and I think I'm going to take the Brewers at home in this one. Next matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. Cubs opening up as road favorites at minus 145. The Pirates plus 120 with the over-under at 10. Cubs coming into this matchup 67-61. The Pirates 58-71. Pitching for the Cubs is Javier Assad with an ERA of 3.13. Pitching for the Pirates is Colin Selby with an ERA of 7.27. Assad, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Couldn't find any info on Shelby for some reason, or Selby. Cubs losing to the Pirates yesterday 2-1. Couldn't really get anything going yesterday here. They are 8-1 against the Pirates, 5-1 on the road against the Pirates here. Assad been pretty solid, giving up about 2 runs, and I think Cubs have a better day today, and I'll take Chicago on the road. Next matchup, we got the St. Louis Cardinals versus the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies opening up as home favorites at minus 200. The Cardinals plus 170 with the over-under at 9. Cardinals coming into this matchup 56-73. The Phillies 70-58. Pitching for the Cardinals is Dakota Hudson with an ERA of 3.95. Pitching for the Phillies is Zach Wheeler with an ERA of 3.64. Hudson, his last start, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs, had 7 strikeouts. Wheeler, his last start, he pitched 7 innings, gave up 4 runs, had 5 strikeouts. The Cardinals losing to the Phillies yesterday 7-3. Been very rough for the Cardinals here. St. Louis 2-6 against the Phillies. Wheeler, he's been okay. We're looking at a pretty even pitching matchup. Both pitchers going to give up about 3 runs here. I still like the Phillies, and I'm going to take Philadelphia at home. Next matchup, we got the Texas Rangers versus the Minnesota Twins. Rangers opening up as road favorites at -120. The Twins +110 with the over-under at 8. Rangers coming into this matchup 72-56. The Twins 67-62. Pitching for the Rangers is Max Scherzer with an ERA of 3.77. The Twins is Joe Ryan with an ERA of 4.43. Scherzer, his last start, he pitched 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts. Ryan, his last start, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 7 runs, had 4 strikeouts. I just don't know what's going on with the Rangers here. On an 8-game losing streak, losing 12-2 yesterday. They looked bad in this Minnesota series. I know Scherzer's on the mound, but they lost with Scherzer on the mound last time. I just don't know what to do with the Rangers right now. I don't know what's going on here. Ryan's definitely given up some runs, hasn't been amazing. We know Scherzer will probably have a good start on the mound, but man, they just can't hit the ball right now. Their pitching's not that great right now, and until they start getting something building up, I'm gonna have to take the Twins +1.5 at home. And then the last matchup, we've got the Cincinnati Reds versus the Arizona Diamondbacks. Arizona opening up as home favorites at -145. The Reds +120 with the over-under at 9. Pitching for the Reds is Fernando Cruz with an ERA of 4.30. Pitching for Arizona is Zach Davies with an ERA of 7.38. Cruz, his last start, actually he hasn't pitched at all this season here, and he pitched last year a couple times, but only pitched about an inning. Davies hasn't been that good on the mound, coming off a 9-run game. Definitely giving up a lot of runs every game here. Reds losing another close one, 8-10. It's been very close these last 2 games for the Reds. Arizona just keeps winning though, 9-1 in their last 10. I mean, they look good. 5-2 at home against Cincinnati, playing well. If Davies can have a decent game, I think they'll be all right here, and I think I'll take Arizona at home. That's going to be it for the video. Good luck with your picks and parlays on Saturday. Hope you guys all cash out, and I'll see you guys Sunday. Have a good one.